small window of opportunity, but I do like that last X-Borg pick for the Terizla in that lane. It should help and stave off the aggression of Fluffy, who is notoriously on his power hero. And with that, before we dive in, ladies and gentlemen, please show your support as we take a look at the Land of Dawn. Welcome to game number 1 between Evos Legends and Bigetron Alpha.
Let's get it.
Well, the early game is going to be so important right here. Card control favoring Evos, mobility essentially favoring the side of Bigetron. Their signature playstyle is the 3-man high-tempo roaming death squad, but with Super Ken on the Fredrin, with the priority more on the objectives now. This is just not the way Bigetron is used to maneuvering. With this composition, we'll have to see if they can try and outsmart Evo somehow to try and get a lead before the turtle fight comes around.
Ooh, early solo kill already. Fluffy, man. This guy went in on a Terizla. Very nasty.
Yeah, that's not the outcome that I was expecting at all. Under 1 minute kill onto Super Chorizo, which in my head, Super Chorizo had a little bit of an advantage in because of the fact that he does percent HP. It's confusing for me.
Well, the Xbox also has a lot more poke damage, so I think what happened was that Fluffy went for a full all-in, and Chorizo just wasn't respecting it. He used his flicker as well right there, so that's quite unfortunate. For Bigetron, it seems like that is absolutely the case right here. They want to try and outmaneuver and back away from Evos when they use their big ultimates, because without the ultimates, this composition from Evos isn't that scary.
Oh, good hook on towards Kreitz. Force him to use the flicker, but he will be taken out. Bigetron Alpha equalize in that mid lane.
Okay, so already a 1-to-1 trade here in the first 2 minutes of the game, with them being able to get that pick off, which is great, right? Supervin being on the Frankel, that's exactly the situation that you want. You want to be able to capitalize on the fact that you have these hooks to land the early advantage, and then being able to translate this over to the next objective, which is this turtle. But how is it that everyone is level 4 already? Fluffy, oh, he's almost there.
He is indeed. Taz here, hovering around the turtle. Super Kendo reclaiming the control. 4v3 now, good hook. Fluffy, penalty zone hasn't been popped, but Taz finds a retry. Call alter popped by both teams now. Take a look at the silence. Moreno, Supervin will be taken out in the backside. Flicker out. But it's going to be Taz who is taken down. Traded back for Chorizo. It's a jungler for EXP. Good appraisals. Wrath. Super Ken finds the kill.
Early game fight with the called alter. Fluffy just unable to actually have that big of an impact. But the called alter in the early game just isn't that strong of a playmaking tool. We see that again where Bigetron Alpha were able to out-sustain, but looking at the talent's predictions here, by the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5 and Z Flip 5, seems like there's a bit of a civil war situation between the English casters and the Indonesian casters.
Yeah, 3v3 here, very interesting. But I like that you brought up the called alter from Krite. If you notice earlier on, he actually went to the EXP lane to get that level 4, but he came in a little bit late as Supervin.
Oh, little overextending. Gets taken down. Super Ken now trying to find a trade towards Fluffy. He's low, but he survives. Tickler Vans found good cover. Now in the backside, good pull as well. Super Ken might be taken out here. Try to escape. No cover whatsoever. He gets taken out by Clint. Good coordination by the White Tigers.
1-for-0 trade for Evos Legends. And you can see that Brand's already picking up that endless battle as well. What is that going to mean for Evos?
Means that Evos will have a lot more damage, a lot more burst, but Vanstrong gets pulled in, will he get taken out?
Suppressed, still escapes. Good call alter to cover as well. Supervin now pulled back. Very low, gets taken out by Brands. That was a mistake by Bigetron Alpha. Good knockup. Moreno gets taken down as well. Evos Legends solidifying their lead now. Super Ken will find the kill though. That's a 2-for-1.
Did you see how aggressive Krite was playing earlier? He flickered forward, was able to pull him back in, get a really good pick for Evos. Wow, then that's Krite for you.
That's the aggression you require from the mid laners these days. Bigetron, they have to be careful with who they hook and whether or not they have the damage to burst someone down. Because unlike usually, Super Ken has kills, 3 and 1, but he's on a Fredrin. He's not an assassin. He does not have the kind of burst damage they require to take someone down. Now with the turtle coming up, we can see Evos pushing Bigetron Alpha away.
Yep, the turtle will fire for Super Ken though. Good retray. And it seems like Evos Legends, they do not want business. Good hook to re-engage. Suppression comes in, the damage is there, the taunt, everything. Super Ken will claim the kill. That's That's a 2-4-0 with that turtle.
Yeah, Bigetron Alpha, they're collapsing. I mean, at that point, it was a 50-50, right? Supercan as well as Taz, they were both on the same level. But the fact that Supercan was still able to get that retribution away from Taz, it actually brings Bigetron Alpha on a little bit of a lead.
Again, just repeat off the previous seasons, man. These fighter junglers have so much of a better time securing the Lord in those situations because they don't have to worry about getting crowd controlled, getting bursted down as much as Taz on the Joy. Supervin makes a play right there, but looking at the macro game from Bigetron, they're making this work in their favor, even though Evos Legends on paper should be winning all these early game team fights. They just have to be a bit more decisive with how they want to fight.
I agree. I mean, look at the way that they're rotating right now, right? You can see that Xbox still focusing on that clear in the bottom lane, but Bigetron Alpha, they're actively looking for a pick, which Brands is quite vulnerable to, especially on a Clint.
We'll have to see what he itemizes for. Later on, most likely he's going to go for the Great Dragon Sword as well, but look at Supercan just being so tanky.
Oh, soaking a lot of damage. The purple buff was solid as well.
Ooh.
But Fluffy finds the kill. Good hook, stun as well. Good penalty zone. On towards 3. The knockup connected as well as Evos Legends taking down 1. But suddenly, they all take 3. Super Sorizo. Last insanity towards the mid will not amount to anything as Cry takes the double and the mid turret falls.
Beautiful, beautiful counter engage from Evos Legends. They all banked in on covering their teammates. The penalty zone came in as well as the cult altar, causing Bigetron Alpha a little bit of confusion going through, and they were taken down 1 by 1, and that's an instant 1,000 gold lead for Evos Legends.
That's so unfortunate. I mean, Kryde was almost taken out. No Purify as well, by the way. If he got bursted down there, it's going to be a completely different fight. But the Cult Altar just swings the tides in Evos Legends' favor. But now with the cooldowns, they're going to go and fight this regardless.
Taz jumping in towards the backside, trying to chill and peel Sorizo down. Supercan with her Prince's Wrath manages to find a Fluffy. It's a 4v5.
Oh.
Super then finds the suppression, but he gets taken out. The turtle will fall to the hands of Bigetron Alpha, but it seems like Evos Legends, they're ready for a fight. Super Moreno will be able to escape, but take a look at Claude there. Ooh, cheeky rotation. Trying to soak and take the orange buff out of Taz's hand.
Look at Super Socket. He wasn't participating in that fight at all. Bigetron Alpha, he just tried to out-sustain, to just stand their ground in front of the turtle. And when Evos Legends engaged on, you see Supervin made that amazing play, suppressing Taz of all people, allowing the guaranteed retribution steal. So a 4v5, they get the objective, they lose 1 member, but overall, look at the EXP lead they have. They are trying to, they're starting to actually pull away from Evos Legends in levels.
It's slowly working to their favor. That's how Bigetron Alpha, they're slowly but surely looking for things on the board, whereas Evos Legends, they're quite outspoken because of the composition that they brought, which is team fight heavy. If one of the members gets taken down when they go for an engage, they lose the team fight. We saw that Fluffy goes in for a counter pick, but unfortunately, Kryde was unable to cover him with the cult altar, and so they kind of had to lose that team fight earlier on and give the objectives over to Bigetron Alpha.
I think at this point, Bigetron, they have to try and use the Iron Hook as a bit of a suppression tool, by the way. The minute, that's going to be a pickoff.
Yeah, very bad rotation. Good cut. Now it's a 5v4. Bigetron will mine and want to fight as well as Clyde. He was stuck there, isolated, gets taken out as well. Bigetron Alpha now building, solidifying their lead to a 1,500 gold lead.
This is exactly what Evos Legends doesn't want, right? Getting picked off 1 by 1. And Bigetron Alpha, they're forcing Evos Legends to play to what they're made for.
It's definitely no Evos Legends composition is made for. No one can really take the brunt of the Iron Hook unless Fluffy or Van Strong is in the area to counter-engage. So when it comes to mobility, Bigetron Alpha are playing their signature high-pace style, and you can see that Evos Legends, they're struggling to keep up the pace, to follow the movement of Bigetron Alpha. And look at this, before anyone is even in the area, Supercan already pressuring to take that Lord. And look at the top side, the wave management from Bigetron Alpha being showed yet again.
It's like the basic scissors, paper, rock, shoe, but wait a minute.
Oh, good knockup, good penalty zone! Superman gets taken out, call altar pop by both teams. Blazing White will not be able to do anything as he gets taken out. Take a look at the backside to Arizo. Flickers out of the way, Super Moreno though, caught by those Legends. They responded, it's a back and forth as Taz finds the triple.
Maniac?
My goodness. Supercan will be able to space away, but Evos will claim that mid lane tier 2.
See, that's what they're banking on, right? It's okay for them to let go a little bit of damage in that top lane, just so Evos Legends can clump up as 5 and force Bigetron Alpha into a team fight. And this is where they find their advantage. Evos Legends now, with a 1,000 gold lead, they're going to be able to claim this Lord as well because of the fact that they were able to pick off Bigetron Alpha 1 by 1 earlier on.
Bigetron, they just have to respect Evos Legends and the potential for them to go for that big engage. Edith can do it, Fluffy can do it, even Krite can engage for the team. They had the wave pushing on the top side. If they just bought some more time, they would have gotten a free turret and have everything swing in their favor. But on the back of that insane engage, Evos Legends, they wrestle away the gold lead, and now with the Lord coming in, this is where they can force Bigetron Alpha to stick together and push with the Lord.
Good knockup on towards Ken. Let's see, the damage does come through! Wow, the burst damage was more than enough to Super Ken to handle.
Yeah, that was huge. Evos Legends, 2,500 gold lead. A Lord marching down in the mid side as they look for more turrets here in the top side. And Brands just picked up that BOD as well.
And BOD is going to be such a huge power spike. We have to see if he goes for the Great Dragon Spear, but look at that now. They're just pushing around, and they're going to play around this Lord. With the Lord in play, this Bigetron Alpha, they can't go for these split pushes, man. If they don't defend, Evos Legends can keep taking turrets, keep taking objectives, so they are forced into the 5v5, the exact situation that Evos Legends want to happen.
Yeah, it seems like Bigetron, they will focus down on defending the space turrets. Lord will be taken down. Mind you, this is still the first Lord, so it is still relatively manageable. Seems like Claude, though. Okay, he will not risk and clear the bot side. He will sacrifice another tier 2. So only 3 base turrets left here for the red robots.
And now the question is, with things going heavily in favor of Evos Legends now, what is Bigetron Alpha waiting for? Is there a certain power spike that we should be looking for?
I think he's relying on Super Sorizo getting tanky enough to withstand the initial aggression and having all the items required, like the Ice Queen's 1-2 zone. But look at that, Super Vin!
Nasty knockup. Super Vin cannot even face check his own bush. Taz in the backside towards 2 members. 2 important members. Still surviving though. That's a 1-4-0.
What a deadly combo right there. Taz getting everyone low. If they are not careful, Brent will come in and just sweep clean everything that is set up for him. It's such a deadly strategy from Evos Legends and Bigetron Alpha. They're trying to defend, but at this point, it's looking so dangerous, and they don't really particularly have good wave clear either.
Yeah, it seems like now the mid will be the focus. Still manage to be taken care of from the side of the red robots. 30 seconds towards the next Lord. Evos Legends, they're eyeing for that neutral objective.
Definitely. 29 seconds left, like you mentioned earlier on, Agani. And Bigetron Alpha, they have no choice but to try and go for a contest. But look at the positioning coming in from Fluffy, the way that he's opening up the map, giving information towards his team, letting them know that, hey, Bigetron Alpha, if you're looking for a contest, you're going to have to go through me. And the fact is, Bigetron Alpha, they might know this. And so what is the contradiction? What is the disadvantage of a team fight comp? It's split push and it's pick off. Bigetron Alpha, they're trying to look for that engage by going for these turrets in that top side. And Evos Legends, now they're forcing Fluffy to deal with that.
It has worked. Fluffy pulled away from the fight. That's a penalty zone not available for the big team fight. Even the base turret, they let it go for a bit too long, and now they can't even engage on the Lord fight properly unless Van Strong makes a play. Bigetron Alpha have found a play that gives them some sort of advantage. They still have eyes on Fluffy, but everyone else isn't converging on the Lord just yet. What are they waiting for?
Look at Super Saiyan, right? They're banking on the fact that Evos Legends will tunnel vision on a team fight, and then they can utilize Super Saiyan on the Claude to go for a split and just end the game. This is something we've seen so many times before. I'm hoping that Evos Legends do have an idea, but looking at the rotations here for that mid trio, maybe they know. Maybe they're looking to go for a pick onto Super Saiyan here.
This is a very intelligent move from Evos Legends, man. They leave the jungler just in case a big 50-50 can happen, and they're sending members to try and punish the members split pushing on the top side of the map in case they go a bit too aggressive. But right now you can see that Bigetron Alpha are playing it very patiently as well. They're slowly but surely pulling members away, but I think Evos Legends, they are the ones who have a bit of a chance to go for a trap here.
Oh, there you go.
Conceal. Supervin, health HP. Claude Super Saiyan doesn't really want to show his face on the map yet. Lord of 15,000, reset it though. It's another reset. It's neutralized. Oh, they want to fight though. Supervin caught. Brad with the burst damage is able to take him down. Super Zen appraisal's wrath. Alter pop though. Super Sorizo will not be able to do anything topside. Oh, it's cleared by Terizla. Evos Legends, they have more control in the Lord.
They just have a lot more frontliners, they have a lot more crowd control, and they have more DPS as well. If Brands gets zoned out, Van Strong on the Edith can still output a very healthy amount of DPS. You are seeing that being taken into consideration right now, but look at Quiet getting so low!
Oh, terrified as well! He flickers away, survived! But the shutdown from Super Ken was huge. Good penalty zone. Let's see the damage. 6,000. Van Strong gets taken out. Oh, the Lord will be taken by Bigetron Alpha. And it was Legends. One by one, they will be taken down. Fluffy will be next as Quiet and Brands is the only two remaining.
That's a 1v3 trade for a Bigetron Alpha. How did they make that possible?
What a disaster. They use the pick of potential. They find Taz in the midst of all the chaos. And look at that. They just go straight for all the turrets they've been losing so far. Supervin!
Oh, good hook. Suppression comes through. Good night, Krite. Van Strong and Taz will join the fray as well. Fluffy, 10 seconds, Lord. Marching top side. It seems like Bigetron, they're taking it slow because the minions isn't in their favor yet.
Not just yet. The top side, there's a lot of members available, but with the Cult Altar, they can definitely defend this. They have a lot of good, healthy DPS as well, so the Lord finally cleared out, but what a costly mistake for Evos Legends. Right now, though, with the GDS, Brands will be a lot more elusive in this fight. They just have to make sure that whatever fight they take needs to be more decisive. They cannot use multiple ultimates only to pick up one or two members from Bigetron.
What is that damage, though, from Brands?
That's Clint for you. That's post-patch Clint for you.
Late game Clint with the GDS, more crit damage, more cooldown as well. It's definitely dangerous, but what's more dangerous is your exposed topside lane for Evos Legends. Bigetron Alpha are playing it so well, and for now, both teams are just on damage control.
Man, what a back and forth game, ladies and gentlemen. Our opening game of today. Wow.
Wow, indeed. It's insane how many brain cells are being utilized by both of these teams as they look to find just small opportunities, small windows that they can capitalize over on. Like even in that particular team fight for that Lord, you can see that it's like, okay, I know what you're doing. No, I know what you're doing. Here, I'm going to counter you with this, but I'm going to re-counter you with that. And that's the constant situation that Fluffy and Super Saken were in the middle of, that they were involved in. So coming to this next Lord, 40 seconds in, I think that playmaking, that style is going to be even more important and interesting to see. Are Evos Legends going to try and punish the fact that they already know that Super Saken and Super Vin will always be roaming around together? Because if they can, that'll be a huge win for Evos Legends.
I think they just have to try and be a bit more aggressive in a way at the right time. Because for Bigetron, they're just picking the fight so well right here. They're forcing Evos Legends to get more confused on when exactly they want to fight because they have to constantly worry about that backline. So Taz having a glowing wand right now, he's going to be a lot more dangerous in these fights. If Evos Legends want, they can send one member to the other side of the map from the Lord to try and have someone be a constant pressure because honestly, they have enough damage already in this late game with their picks. Look at Brandt critting for almost 2k damage. That is way more than enough in the middle of a big fight.
But who would they send is the question. You can't send Brands alone, clearly. Joy is a little difficult because if you need a contest for the objective, it's not a gamble that is worth risking. Would you send Fluffy? Low mobility.
I feel like if you really have to, you can send Fluffy because he has technically an escape too, but no, he's going.
Oh my
for Supervin.
Oh, he has Immortal. Will be popped. Now the cover will not be committed. Flicker will save his life. What a play by Supervin. And it seems like Evos Legends, their espionage attack was shut down.
Yeah, it didn't work. That was the thing that I was eyeing for, right? Evos Legends looking for a counterplay, but the fact that they weren't able to get that kill, this might spell disaster for Evos Legends for this next Lord.
Let's see though, Fluffy chunked to a quarter HP. Lord Who gets it? Super Ken does. And take a look at the collapse. Blazing Duet pops called Ultra Pops as well. Fluffy will survive. Finds the kill also with Super Saken. Super Ken was able to dodge from that skill. Immobilized though, very low. Loses his immortal. Let's see Super Ken gets taken out. Evos, the Legends, they lost the Lord but win the fight.
That's a great pick off. 2 members down for Bigetron Alpha. This means that Evos Legends have the window they require to clear out the Lord and more importantly still siege down these base towers. They're going for it right now.
Yeah, it seems like, let's see, tier base turret bottom side will be taken down. Lord though will need to be taken care of by Evos Legends. And it seems like they will. Brands nasty damage indeed. It seems like both teams will just stay chill for now.
Yeah, Taz is just focusing on that Lord, but look at this. It looks like Evos Legends might want to force something. They don't necessarily find it, but they see Super Vin with a conceal.
Quite isolated, but he's able to escape. And it seems like, again, 2 base turrets taken down from the side of Bigetron Alpha. Now, Bigetron Alpha cannot really utilize that split push top side too frequently because they need to take care of the bot side now.
How to turn tables, man. They lost, initially Evos lost the top side base turret, but now they've gained the mid and bottom side. And to make things worse for Bigetron, the Lord is spawning on the top side as well. Evos Legends now can play it patient. They can be the ones just staying around and waiting for Bigetron Alpha to be forced to send someone, and their already weaker pick of comp will suffer even more in the team fights unless they can make something happen. They have to try and play something intelligent here.
Okay, good knock up towards Super Ken. The coordination, we got penalty zone! Super Ken gets taken out as well, Blazing Duets will not be able to do anything. Super Saken gets taken down! And now it's a 2-4-1 still. Immortal will be taken down, and as well as the member. 3 members from side of Bigetron Alpha is down in the Land of Dawn.
Super Vin is Super Cerezo. They're the only 2 players left standing with these waves crashing in that mid side.
Oh, they can end. A good knock up flicker though. Vanstrong gets taken out. Super Cerezo will pop the last of Insanity. But there you go. Evos Legends finds up the first game.
And it looks like the English desk still reigns supreme in predictions over the Indonesian desk.